Here's some signs that indicate that you won't succeed as a PhD. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Masek. I'm an Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out as much as I possibly can. So what are these signs that indicate that you will not be able to succeed as a PhD? I think many people can do this. I'm not biased in any sort of way. I think that this career is capable for a lot of people, but for many people, in fact, most people, they should not go into this career. It is far too difficult for most people to go into the career, and it sucks for a lot of reasons. There's lots of things that you're not going to like within the career. But what are the things that are going to indicate that you can actually succeed in this career? The first thing I want you to do is practice writing. That's the entire career, is writing. It doesn't matter about how smart you are and the analytical capabilities you actually have. The key is actually writing. If you can write, I want you to try this right now. This is a test that I've indicated many times on this channel. Try to write for 2 months straight, every single day. I want you to write at least a paragraph every single day about something that you're interested in. If you still like that after 2 months, then you're likely to succeed as a PhD. The entire career is writing, and there is unbelievable amounts of writing that you actually have to do. My goal is to do 8 to 15 pages of writing every single day. Now that is hard to do for a lot of people. In fact, it's hard for me to do that. That's why I built the Reciprocity platform. The reciprocity.com is to help all of us write better and to do better at what we're doing. And I'm going to build more and more features. We're building more and more features every single day to help us do that. So that is the first thing, the writing part of it. The second part of it that you have to think about in terms of the signs that you should not do a PhD, you're not going to succeed, is if you cannot take negative feedback, if you can't tell the world, screw you, that I am good enough, no matter what you say, no matter what is going on, if you can't do that and you don't have the inner strength to stand up to all of the negativity that you're ever going to experience. The entire career is built around negativity. In fact, you can look it up. It's falsification. That is the career, is for other scientists to pull apart and to negate everything that you say. It is not a consensus. Science is not a consensus at all. It is tearing down other people's ideas. And sometimes that gets nasty. Most of the time it doesn't. So you have to tell the world, screw you. I have that confidence inside that I can stand up to the most intelligent person that I know, or the person that I think has these great ideas, and I can stand up to them and say, hey, I actually don't believe what you're saying. But you got to do that politely, by the way. Now, the third thing, the third sign that indicates that you should not do a PhD and you're not going to succeed, you're not going to do well, is if you can't repeatedly do something every single day. You can't get up and do that thing and you get stuck on something and you're looking around, you're trying to look for somebody else to come and save you on something. It ain't going to happen. It does not happen. None of that ever happens. You got to get up and you got to get going every single day. And you got to be happy doing that. That repetition. That's the entire career. It is getting up, writing, maybe doing a little bit of a data analysis. That's it. That's the entire career. Now, the fourth thing, I think that this is incredibly important, and it might be only in the social sciences, but I think it's pretty applicable across the board, is that you got to be able to work by yourself for long periods of time. This is one of the hardest things, and I've been working on that, but it's still, I spend a great deal of my time by myself. I thought when I started my own PhD that it would be a lot more collaborative, that there would be a lot more people around, but you can't do that. The career is very much a solo career, and you're very much on your own a long time. Most of the time, you're by yourself. And it's a very lonely career that way. And so, which makes people angry, by the way. But that loneliness, you have to be able to deal with that. And most people cannot deal with that. That's why there's all sorts of mental illness and all that kind of stuff that's really common within PhDs and academics. But you need to be able to stand up against the world, tell the world, screw you, and be completely happy doing that. So if you don't have the resources, the network, everything that's ready for you right now, if you don't have that external support right now, helping you out, it's going to be hard to do a PhD and to get through to the other end. I would not recommend it. For most people, I don't recommend it. I don't think it's a great career path for most people. Even the smart people would not recommend it. But if all of this is still okay with you and you have that desire to be challenged and to move forward, then you can still keep going with it. But for the most part, you have to realize that there's these large costs. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And you got to remember that. The attrition rate is astronomical in PhD programs. At least half will drop out at most PhD programs. And then after that, the attrition rate in academia is unbelievably high. Most people will stop. They'll get out, they'll do something differently because it is such a grind over and over and over again. There's only a few people, only a fraction, tiny number of people. I want you to look at this right now, that ever make it to full professor at some esteemed university, whatever that is. There's only a fraction of the people that ever do that. And there's a reason why that happens. And there's also a reason why we have the sort of gender biases that you see within academia. Because there is all of these things that are going on. If you don't have the resources, if you don't have access to a huge support group that's behind you and all of that kind of stuff, it's hard to do. And so it's a problem that we have in academia that we need to solve. I don't see it solving itself anytime soon, but it's there, and you have to be aware of that. So just imagine all of these things. If you're not able to tell the world, screw you, and be okay with yourself and walk around confidently and get up and do the same thing every day, no matter what, get up and write unbelievable amounts every single day. If you're unable to do that, it's not going to be an easy path for you. It's going to be very hard, and you're likely not going to enjoy it. So I know that all of this seems really tough at the beginning that I'm telling you this, but this is the career. This is it. And there'll be unbelievable amounts of demands put on you because you're not publishing enough and you're not doing enough. And you have to push back against the world and tell the world, screw you. So if that's not for you, don't do it. I don't think it's going to be good for you. But if you still want that challenge, by all means, try it out. See what you can do. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.